Hey everybody, welcome back. Dirty Duck here. Now, as usual, excuse me, just got done with dinner. It was pretty good. As usual, I forgot my tripod again. I'm working and doing videos. I mean, it's not the same thing to me. I had tried to get my head in the game, work, try to get focused and everything ready in the morning, and sometimes just forget stuff. That happens. So here I am at work, and like when I left here up at Dad's North, I was doing this white Caviler here. This is an '86 Z24. The thing's in fabulous condition, really. For an oldie car, she's in fabulous condition. She's got the tan colored interior, the whole 9 yards, right? Like, yeah, it's in really fabulous shape, and these were quite a popular car in their day. Last time I made a video, me and my old buddy, Rick and Padre, Jabroni, got our Jeep going, and I've drove it a few times since then, and it seems to work very good, and it just had chewed wires and burn up relays and stuff like that, and I don't understand the number why it has 3-4 different relays on it. I don't understand wiring all that great, but I mean, he had a bunch of testers. I could sit in the damn thing and power it up, and he could test, and I could power it, unpower it, and like we could go back. But it was made much easier to work together on that than it was for one person to run back and forth, trying to test stuff and turn keys on, and it's just so much easier with another set of hands sometimes. So, and that being said, I just got done tearing something out of a car here that you see right behind me that is much easier to do with an extra set of hands. So here we go. We got the engine out of this Z24. A lot of things had to be dismantled, and the nice thing is the exhaust came apart, and I took the brake booster out, it came apart, and the motor mount, shing, came apart. I got the fan out of it, everything came apart pretty nice. And here she hangs in the doorway at my dad's North shop. It's the 2.8 multi-port. It was seized up, I couldn't get it to turn over. It had plugs that were literally missing off the other side, which I haven't really looked at yet. But yeah, there's a plug missing there, and I was like, man, like, just got plugs missing out of it. So there's one thing that I didn't do that I should have when I was tearing it out, as I should have removed the dipstick for the transmission, because when I was pulling it out, I actually got that caught, and I ripped it out, and I had an oil spill on the floor. Which that was one thing that I was really trying to avoid, was making a big stinker of a mess in my shop. Oh, excuse me. And I don't know what parts will fit off this engine on the other one, but there's a big difference. So I'm going to be taking the engine for out of a 1986, the 2.8, and I'm going to be putting an engine out of a 1994 Beretta in this car, and it's going from a 2.8 to a 3.1. Everyone says, hey, and I'm not a Chev guy, so I don't really know this. I'm not one of these Chevy guru guys, and I don't want to be, but so everyone says, oh, the 2.8 is the 3.1 is just 2.8 stroked, whatever the hell that means. But everything apparently will bolt up and work from the information I've done and everything that people have told me, and I've read about it, that this should fit. What a bugger to make fit, though, of these little front-wheel drive cars. So I got the engine out of it today, and I've got a couple other things I need to do around here today, just because one thing is, I'll get over here and show you fellas. One thing is, Mr. Skid Steer here, the 1835B, she's got a bad tire. This is a handy little tool to have around Dad's North Farm here. So we have tires, but this rim is bad. Look. What do you think of that, right? So this is going to be tubed with a tube, And one thing Ross asked me to do, he said, can you weld that up? I just kind of look at it and laugh. Said, I hate to say no, and I will do my best. So that being said, I'm going to weld that up. And the old Dirty Doug has his welder in the back seat of his truck, Honda car, thingamajigger. Yeah. And rims and summer tires for this thing. This Corolla that I was working on. He took it to get it inspected. It needs a few things like wheel bearing, stuff like that. And he's got these rims that he was asking me if it gets sandblasted. I'm going to have to stick this thing so it's less than a cost leak in front. If they don't know where it is, it's probably a flex pipe, no doubt. Anybody that works on cars knows all about flex pipes. They can look screwed, or they can look good, but they're screwed. So that's probably the case right there. So that being said, I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys to show you that I got what I was doing. That I got the motor out and did it all by myself, and I'm gonna do it again all by myself. I'm gonna try to get these in this car here. See if I can get to work with all the different wiring and all that stuff. So this is good. This is very challenging. If there's a list of things that I wanted to do, it would definitely be at the bottom. But I just do what I'm told, and I'll do my best. And I hate to say no, and I hate to say I can't without even trying. At least I try to do this stuff, right? Even if I don't think I can, I at least want to try. I don't just give up and get someone else to do it for me or something like that. But an extra set of hands is handy. Doing this stuff just takes away from the crawling around and getting up and down and so there, all that stuff. It cuts it right in half on me, right? So, that being said, I am going to get Mr. Car here. I got to get him out of the way. Mr. Engine here, I got to get him out of the way. And I got to fix that rim. And I got to fix that car just so those are... Just give myself a little break on this tearing this engine out for a day. Then I'll hit it again probably tomorrow on the other Beretta. We'll bring that up and put that in here, but that needs to be towed. And one reason the thing we need to tow it with is that bugger right there. That is our tower. Even though we have trucks around here, that's the rig. I mean, I really love to have one of those things myself. So yeah, all right. That being said, I'm just gonna jump into this, get back to work. No tripod, hold the camera with my hand. Yeah, I want to thanks for y'all for tuning in, liking, subscribing, watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support from those who actually support me, and those who don't. Well, it's all good. I mean, you can come help me if you want. I could use it. So, anyways, it's Dirty Doug. Over and out. Alright, welcome back. Here we go again. So, like I said, excuse me, out the old other Caviler, in with the Beretta. Did not get the skid steer fixed. We towed this up with the Ross's very, very pretty little Econoline truck like mine. But we got the Beretta. It started to downpour rain on us when we did it. I am soaked. Rain flew in. It was raining so hard it flew in 5 feet in the door. And here is, which I've already had running, the 3.1 V6, which is everything on it's completely different. And I mean everything, right? The other one had like a coil here. This one's got a coil pack there. This throttle thing was over here. Oh man, that's like how I'm gonna get this to work. Is man, I don't know. I guess just gonna try to do my best. But this is one of 2 Berettas that that Mr. Ross has here. Got another one out here. I think so. Yeah, we got another one right there. There's another Beretta. We took that one to town, or to Halifax, to get the van that lit on fire. Camaro's gone. It's just Camaro sitting there. I really like this white IROC. This thing still has the plastic on the inside of the doors. I'll just show you that. This thing's a beauty. Still has plastic on the inside of the doors and stuff. This thing's minty, man. What a beautiful car. Gorgeous. I'd love to have that. Even though I'm not a Chev guy, that right there is nice. That's nice. Yeah, there's another Beretta right there. Look at this one. This is got to be a 3.1 car too. That one works very well. We took it to the city. I drove it. Very nice, very nice, very nice. So we just towed that one up there. That one over there. We just towed it up with Ross's pretty little Econoline. I love that thing. Man, them things are cute. What an adorable car. That. Yeah, so on to the next one. That's all I can say is on to the next monster. Up with the next challenge. So I'm running around here holding the camera by hand. I've got no tripod or nothing. I'm gonna rip parts off this tomorrow. I'm gonna rip hood off. I'm gonna rip the axles. I'm gonna do everything. Start tearing everything apart, labeling everything, saying that this is that and that's this, and the other car was pushed right outside the door. There it is, sitting there. There's what Ross was in all weekend, that Toyota camper van over there, which is, it's called a Warrior. I bet. So that's sitting out there. This is here. The motor swap continues. So, wish me luck, because I need all the luck I can get when it comes to doing this. I'm not a mechanic, you guys. I'm not a mechanic. All right, I'm not a trained mechanic. I never went to school for mechanic work. I've never had a job before as a mechanic in my life. This is the first actual job I've ever had as a mechanic. I'm not like my good buddy Nathan, who's been a mechanic his whole life. I never ever wanted to be a mechanic because I always hated it, just despised doing it. And even working on my own cars, when I worked on my own cars as a mechanic, I was like, that's enough. But look at me go. Here I am. Now I'm doing an engine swap in old Cavilers and Berettas, which is, I don't know, to be desired. It's not for everybody. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Wish me luck, man. And so the games begin again. Motor out, and next thing you know, I'm going to put one in. So this is Dirty Doug. Over and out. Alright everybody, welcome back. Dirty Doug here, and I am on my end of the day wrap up, man. So far, last piece of my video that I did, I was showing you I just pulled in this Beretta. I'm gonna rip the motor out. So I got the hood off. I got the fan disconnected. I got ready to take that out, and I was like, maybe I should pull these axles first. So the axle bolts loose, the brakes off. The axle bolts loose, which were very tight, and that means both sides. Brake off, axle bolt loose, bolt sprayed, everything, so they'll soak overnight, so I can get this thing apart in the morning. And I mean, I'm gonna ram jam on this again. See if I try to get as much done tomorrow as I possibly can, and when it comes to getting this thing out. So I did pretty good today. I got the rest of the crap off that motor. The motor sitting out there by my car, sitting my rest of that crap off. Got that motor out by myself. Did that all by myself, all by my lonesome. And me and Ross got this car in, and I started on this one, and I'm well on my way on this one. I'm confident I can get motors out, but getting one back in and running is going to be more rough. That's what I think. So anyways, this is just Dirty Doug doing his over and out at the end of the day stuff. And I'm back up here tomorrow at Datsun North. And Wednesday, Thursday, place is unknown. So anyways, there it is, boys. Berettas and Cavilers from the freaking 80s and 90s. I'm so blessed. Dirty Doug, over and out.